Morning, dear students. Hope you are doing good. Wherever you are, stay safe. See, we are discussing regarding pipes and pipelines. The previous case, in the previous session, we have seen types of pipes, pipe materials. We have seen types of pipes and pipe materials. There we have seen different types of pipes. And also we have seen the precautions which we should take before laying pipelines. Also we have seen. Now the next topic is, this is sanitizer, nothing else. See here, in the previous topic, we have seen the whole process by differentiated into four categories, 4 or 5 categories. That means proper planning must be there. After that, we should go for proper alignment with respect to the already existed underground pipelines, telephone lines, any other existed lines. After that, we have seen the third point as bottom trenches, followed by bottoming of trenches. If the trenches having any zigzag and up and downs at the bottom, we may go for concrete bed, and we have seen all the consequences. After that, backfilling also we have seen. Before backfilling, laying of pipes, or else keeping the pipes either side of the roads, lowering them gently without any disturbance to the outer protective layer, we have seen. And also we jointed all the pipes once we kept them on the bottom of the trenches. Now the topic is joints. We are jointing the pipelines. We are jointing the pipelines. How we are jointing the pipelines, that we'll see in the today's session. In the name of types of joints, else pipe joints. Understand? See here, pipe joints. The topic name is pipe joints. See, all we already discussed all these topics. What I am scrolling down. Now we are at the topic pipe joints. See, in the previous class, up to here we have seen backfilling or refilling of the trench. Now the follow topic is pipe joints. Joints. You may be heard so many types of joints. Now here we are jointing the pipes. How we are doing this process? Before we are going to discuss, we should discuss what are all the prerequisites for a joint to be fit in water supply, that we'll discuss. When we made an attempt, or else when we are trying to make an attempt to discuss the desirable prerequisites for a joint, or as follows. What are those? imperviousness. Imperviousness in the sense won't allow the water to the other side. If you are jointing the pipes, when you are observing that water is leaking, water is coming out from that particular point, the joint is not up to mark or is not functioning well. Imperviousness, which should not allow water to the other side. Next one is adhesiveness. Once we are jointing the pipelines, the joint should adhere to the other side of the pipe. Adhesiveness. Durability. Third one is durability. We have seen the durability of various pipelines. For cast iron, that is 100 years. For wrought iron and steel iron, or wrought iron and steel pipes, 50 years. Likewise, we have seen the lifespan of various types of pipes. In the same way, the joint, whatever you are selected, that should have good durability. Maybe the durability must meet the lifespan of the selected pipe. If every time the joints are breaking, all your efforts goes to vain. That means if the durability is not up to mark, every time you may not dig the soil for repair work, as we are what? As we are keeping those pipelines in the ground. That means before you are keeping those pipelines in the ground, you must select the joint which has good durability with respect to the span of the selected pipe. Elasticity. Sometimes the elasticity also one of the parameter to be considered for joints. That should give good workability. That should give good scope to join the pipes. Next one is availability. Durability is good. It has good adhesiveness. It is impervious in nature. But if it is not available, there is no use. That should be available easily. That should be available in the market. And the next one, the strength must be good. It should withhold the forces which may lay or else which may cause on the pipe, most probably the uninvitable forces or traffic or else different high loaded vehicles as they are moving on the road. If the pipe is not up, if pipe strength is not up to mark, they may break. That is the reason it should hold good strength. That means what we discuss: imperviousness, adhesiveness, durability, elasticity, availability, and good strength. All these factors must be considered once we are going to, or once we are selecting joints. Normally, these joints are required for the pipes exclusively which has the length of 3.6 meters to 6 meters respectively. Understand? This is about pipe joints. Now, there are different types of joints. There are different types of joints. The first one is spigot joints. We'll discuss one after one. Spigot. See here, have a look over there. See all these diagrams you must learn. If it is an offline class, I used to draw on the blackboard. Then you may draw it in your running notes. But here is no possibility. So what I am mentioning is here, you must make sure to learn the diagrams. Almost every topic so far we discuss is having one diagram. That means E1 is speaking with diagrams. You may write full length of answer, but unless you are not showing it is in a pictorial manner, whenever required, your efforts goes to vain. Understand? So you just keep learn these diagrams so that you'll get good marks in your examinations. See here, the other name of this joint is bell joint. See what is this? It is a spigot joint. The other name we can call this joint as bell joint. Normally, these joints are used to joint cast iron pipes. Normally, the joints are used to join and for making joining of cast iron pipes. For this type of joints, the spigot of one pipe is fixed in the other pipe socket. The spigot of one, see in the diagram. The spigot of one pipe is fixed in the other pipe socket. After fixing of socket, it is wrapped by yarn hem. It's in a material yarn hem to avoid leakages. And of course, that should be up to 5 centimeters depth. Here is in a socket. See, that means you must tight that pipe with the hand around the spigot tightly so that we can avoid the leakages. Understand? Nothing. What we are doing here, nothing. Spigot of one jockey. Spigot of one pipe is fixed in the pipe other pocket socket, other pipe socket. Nothing is there like this. After fixing of socket, it is wrapped. Then around the spigot tightly, almost up to 5 centimeters depth. This is what about spigot joint. Next is screw joint. See here, everywhere you must remember these diagrams. Then you can easily write the answer. They are used to connect small diameter pipes made of wrought iron, cast iron, galvanized iron. Whereas in the previous case we have seen these joints are used to connect cast iron pipes. Here these are used to connect the pipes that are which are made up by wrought iron, cast iron, even galvanized iron. The socket has threads. See here, it has threads. The socket has threads at inner side, whereas the pipe consists threads at outer side. So that the socket is acting as joint to connect the pipes to its both the ends. See here, the socket has the threads at inner side, whereas the pipe consists threads at outer side. So that the socket is acting as joint to connect the pipes both the ends. For making leak-proof, zinc paint should be placed in the threads of the pipe before fitting with joints. Else, see, they should see here leak-proof zinc paint or else white clay. For making leak-proof, zinc paint should be placed in the threads of the pipe before fitting with joints. Jute soaked with lead. Jute material also helpful for making this joint more tightly. Understand? See, have a look over there. The socket has threads at outside. Pipe has threads at outside. Socket has threads inside. And whereas the pipe consists threads outside, so that the socket is acting as joint to connect the pipes at both the ends, this end and this end. On that, this is acting as joint. To avoid leak-proof, zinc paint should be placed on the threads of the pipes before fitting with joints. Next one is collar joint. See your collar, it is collar, and this is gasket, rubber layer gasket. See your collar joint. What is this collar joint? See why they are using, where they are using. See, they are used to join concrete and asbestos pipes whose diameter is big. See, in the previous case we have seen the spigot joints are used to connect cast iron pipes, whereas screw joints are used to connect wrought iron, cast iron, galvanized iron. Whereas here they used to join concrete and asbestos pipes whose diameter is big. We used to use these joints for jointing concrete and asbestos pipes whose diameter is big. Next is the two pipes ends are brought to one level where one rubber gasket is used to keep between them. See here, rubber gasket or jute rope soaked in cement. Jute rope soaked in cement is placed between the steel rings and it is covered by collar. This is collar and it is covered by collar at the point so that it may help, or else it may have same lap on both the pipes. The space between the pipes and the collar will be filled by 1:1. See here, this is 1:1 cement mortar as shown in the figure. This is gasket, this is cement mortar, and it is collar. Understand? See, the two ends are keeping close tightly to each other. One rubber gasket will be there. Above that, 1:1 mortar will be placed. Collar will be fixed. Understand? This is about collar joint. We have seen spigot joint, which is good to join cast iron pipes, screw joint to connect wrought iron, cast iron, galvanized iron pipes, collar joints used to joint the pipes made up of asbestos and concrete whose diameter is big. The next one is flanged joint. See your flanged joint. What it is? See your flanks. Two flanks are fitted with bolts. See, this is joint. These two flanks are fitted with bolts. This is bolt. It is nut. Tightly by keeping a gasket or rubber between them. See here, rubber ring. It is rubber ring. Understand? The screw is fitted with bolt, and in between these two flanges, one rubber ring is placed. They are strong, durable, and rigid, and it is easy to disjoint. These are strong and very easy to joint or disjoint. Mostly they used to keep at the places where the opening is needed only during the repair works. See here, these are used most probably during repair works. They may be used during repair works. They used to use at repair works. Two flanges are closely fitted, or as two flanges are fitted with bolts tightly by keeping a rubber gasket. This is rubber gasket. These are strong and rigid, and these are easy to joint and disjoint. They used to use during repair works, or as whenever the opening is needed during repair works. These type of joints may be practiced. This is fourth joint. The first one is spigot joint, screw joint, collar joint, flanged joint. Next one is expansion joint. See here, this is expansion joint. Bolt, see gland ring, rubber gasket. It is rubber gasket. See, they are used to connect the pipes where there is a susceptibility of expansion and contract of pipes due to the external atmosphere conditions. When they will practice to use, whenever there is a chance of contraction and expansion. Cast iron follower is flanged at the end of the socket shown in the below figure. Cast iron. See here, cast iron flanged at the end of socket shown in the below figure. See here, this is the, these are, see here, this is the bolt and it is used to make tight the joint. These are used to keep the joint more tightly and exclusively. They used to use during contraction and expansion of joints, or else whenever the joint has the possibility of contraction and expansion, these type of joints can be practiced. By using bolts, the rubber gasket is pressed tightly, which is kept between the annular space of socket and spigot. See here, the bolt will tight, or else the bolt is kept to tight the joint as in a leak proof, and these are, it is used. See here, sufficient space has to be left between the base of the socket and spigot to allow the free movement of pipe under various atmospheric conditions. Sufficient place must be allowed in the joint for making free contraction and expansion. Understand? This is about expansion joint. See here, bolt, and it is used to make the joint more tightly. And the place will be left. Space must be leave, or else space must be given for free contraction and expansion of the joint. Understand? This is about expansion joint. Screw joint, collar joint. Here in the screw joint, pipe has the screws at outside, the joint has screws inside. Threads, see, the socket has threads at inner side, whereas the pipe consists threads at outside. These two pipes used to keep like this, and this is acting as in a joint. And for leak proof, we used to keep zinc paint should be placed on the threads of the pipes before fitting the joints. This is about screw joint. Collar joint, one rubber gasket or jute rope soaked in cement will be kept over here. Above that, cement mortar 1:1 cement mortar will be kept here. Above that, one collar will be provided to make the joint more tightly. Flanged joint. This is the bolt, and these are the nuts used to join the pipe more tightly. One rubber ring will be kept in between the joints and flanges to make the bolt more tight. Same way, expansion. Sufficient place will be left or used to keep, or else sufficient space must be allowed for easy contraction and expansion in the joints. It is the bolt. With the help of bolt, we can regulate the joint. The other type of joints we'll discuss in the next class. If you have any doubts, please contact me, mail, message, or the domain, whatever you feel convenient. Thank you.